So, the stuff that I got from the pawn shop today, as well as some of the stuff that I got throughout the last couple weeks, traded in for a grand total of $105. Alright, so I'm back on this side of town, and I figure, you know what? Let's do a little reverse order pawn shop hunting this time. So I'm going to head over to Value Pawn first, since I happen to be on this side of the road, and then I'll head to Cash America, and maybe even Queen of Pawn, just to see what they got. So let's do some Value Pawn hunting. So, not the most successful. They really didn't have anything on the regular game front. However, I looked in the glass case and they had some PlayStation 4 controllers and a couple copies of Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe from the Switch. They wanted $30 for those. That's about what they're worth. So I don't think those would be worth picking up to flip. And then the controllers, like, I wouldn't mind getting another controller, but I think I can find some better stuff for cheaper at other locations. So I'm gonna pass on both for now. Maybe I'll come back one day, who knows, but right now not the best luck. So now I'm gonna head across the street, hit up Cash America next, because I know they had some stuff last time I looked, and maybe they'll have more now, and we'll see what we can find. All right, back at Cash America. Let's see if I can find any gems this time. I did well the last time I was here, so let's see if I come away with anything good. Let's go. So I didn't pick up any games in there today, but I did make a purchase, sort of. I put something on layaway, which is the first time I've ever done that. They had a Wii U, and it's been there for a little bit now, but I've kind of regretted over the last few years the fact that I sold my Wii U, because the Wii U has a bunch of cool stuff on it that's exclusive. Plus, there's a bunch of older Nintendo games you can download on the Wii U eShop, that you can't play on the Wii or the Switch. So I decided, you know what, for 150 bucks, I'm gonna do it. So I put down 15 to reserve that Wii U. So that Wii U is mine once I pay it off. It works, tested it. I unfortunately found it did have a bonus game in it, but because I pointed it out, of course, the guy took it back. So unfortunately, I did not get to keep that copy of Breath of the Wild. I wish I did. But still, 150 for a Wii U, not bad. I'm gonna try to pay it off, you know, little by little, every few weeks. I got 3 months to do it, so I got time. So I've got a new console coming, quote unquote new. So I'm excited to own a Wii U again. Anyway, even though I don't go here very often, I am gonna take a look at Queen of Pawns, just because it's been like a month or two since I've been in there. Maybe they have some decent games, and I haven't gotten a game yet in this trip, so see what we find. So once again, nothing at Queen of Pawns. I've never had really any good luck there. And the entire time I've been pawn hunting, I've only picked up 2 games at that particular pawn shop. One was overpriced, and one I just got because it's a game I wanted, even though it wasn't worth what they asked for. So, you know, it suits me right to even bother trying to go to that pawn shop. I probably won't again, but, you know. So I struck out, which is unfortunate. Usually I at least come away with something. Technically, I did come away with my reservation of that Wii U, so I guess that's something, but I didn't actually like come away with it. I have to pay it off, and I will. I just don't want to pay it off entirely right now, but I have it reserved. I have to pay it off in 3 months. I think I can easily do that, so soon I will have a Wii U again to add to my collection. So anyway, now I think I'm going to head over to Walmart because I have to go grocery shopping, but also the last time I was in Walmart, I discovered something and I hid it so that when I had money to purchase it, it would hopefully still be there. So we'll have to see if it's still there. So let's go check it out at Walmart. All right, I have returned to Walmart to see if my hidden game is still here, and maybe I'll find some other deals. So let's head inside and see what we can find. Success! So earlier in the week, I went to Walmart and saw a specific game that I've already purchased once that was on a clearance price that was really good. I didn't have the money to purchase it at the time, so I kind of like hid it in the clearance section, and it was available when I came back. Now, you might remember I did purchase this game before and flipped it to GameStop for a nice profit. I don't think I'm going to do that this time, but we'll see. Sims 4 bundle with Island Living. So, fun story. This game's worth like 20 bucks in new condition, which is pretty good. But after I bought the one, I decided, you know what, I should probably buy another one since I knew there was at least one other copy. And when I went to Walmart, they didn't have the Island Living bundle. They had the Cats and Dogs bundle. And when I tried to buy that one, it was marked at 3 cents and I couldn't. So that was unfortunate. But this apparently somehow got put in the clearance section without me knowing. So picked it up for 10 bucks. Pretty happy with that. It's a great pickup and a great price. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep it this time just because, you know, it's a Sims 4 and it's got a full expansion, but we'll see. So at least I didn't come home completely empty-handed from this game hunting trip. Hey everybody, it is the next day and I'm still a little disappointed that yesterday was basically a bust. I did come away with Sims 4 for 10 bucks and layaway on that Wii U, but I'm not happy with that, you know? I'm a game hunter. I feel discouraged if I don't come away with at least a small stack of games. So today I'm actually going to be going to GameStop to pick up my pre-order of the Mass Effect Legendary Collection, which I should be able to get for free with trade-ins and my reward credit. And then I'm also going to stop at a couple pawn shops just to see if I can find some more games. Who knows? I mean, the pawn shops seem to be pretty dry right now, but I mean, I found some good stuff at Cash America earlier in the week, so maybe they just haven't had any new stocks recently. I don't know. I will say one trick that I would recommend doing if you're planning on trading in any games to GameStop, take a look at your PS3 collection and use the GameStop app to determine if they have value. Because that's one thing I've noticed recently is they are taking increasingly more PS3 games in trade-in. So much so that I took a look at my disc-only games that I was trying to flip on eBay and discovered that 2 of them that I didn't know had value. And those were Baja on the PS3 and then the God of War collection on the PS3. Apparently those are worth like, you know, combined like $5-6 bucks, which I paid 30 cents for them. So it's a huge profit on my end either way. So I'm going to try to trade those into GameStop along with the other stuff. If I have extra credit after I pick up Mass Effect, I'll probably use it to pre-order my next big new game purchase, which is going to be Miitopia, which comes out next week. So we're going to do that, and maybe I'll find some games at the other pawn shops that I could trade in as well, or add to the collection. We'll see. So I'm about to head out and see what I can find on another game hunting adventure. Well, I really wasn't happy with my lack of pawn shop pickups this week, so I figured, you know what? Let's check out this value pawn. See if we can find anything good. Hopefully. Let's take a look. Well, folks, we scored. So happy to say that. This was a much better stop than I thought it was going to be. It's been a while since I found like quality games in there, and they had quite a few, including they had 2 next-gen games in there and a bunch of Switch stuff. So there was some really good quality stuff. I will show you, I did get one pretty sizable score, which I will show you at the end. Ended up picking up 4 games. I almost picked up Watch Dogs Legion on Xbox, but they wanted 15 for it. I would have grabbed it if it was 5 or maybe even 10, because I probably could have made a profit by trading it in a GameStop, but for 15, I don't think there was enough room. They also had Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but they wanted 25 for that, and that's a bit steep in terms of value, especially for games I already have. So, but I picked up 4 games. 2 of which I'm definitely going to flip, 2 of which I might keep, and then the big thing at the end, which is to flip for sure. Now, I already own this game, but I figure, you know, it's probably worth a decent trade-in. We have Hitman 2 on the PS4, I have it on the Xbox One. I got it, I don't think from that pawn shop. It was one of the pawn shops. It's in pretty good shape. The disc has some minor scratches, but nothing major. It shouldn't be even bad enough for a refurb fee. For the games, I paid a total of $20 total, so this was $5. I can't look up the value at GameStop, but I'm pretty sure I could get more than $5 for that. Next, we have Friday the 13th, the game on PS4. This one also looks pretty solid. It's in good shape. It's complete. I do already own this game on Xbox, but it's cool that it's a physical version, so maybe I'll keep it. We'll see how much it trades in for at GameStop, but I might keep it, I might not. Who knows? This one I got to flip, and I think I did pretty well on it because it's a very popular game to trade in. We have Grand Theft Auto 5, the Premium Online Edition, so it has, I think, some DLC codes in it. I don't know if they're good, but it's got a bunch of stuff. It's got the map and everything in it, so like it's in really good shape for a new copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS4. I'm sure I could get a decent amount trade-in for it. And then this one I got to keep for sure because I don't own it, and it looks pretty fun, and it was the cheapest game of all of them. We have City Skyline Park Life Edition on the PS4. So pretty happy with all those. I'm definitely going to keep City Skylines. I might keep Friday the 13th, but the other two, Grand Theft Auto and Hitman, I'm definitely going to try to flip, and I think I'll make a decent profit on it. But those were not the big scores. As you saw in the clip, they had a bunch of controllers and other stuff in the case, and one thing I noticed immediately, because I know it's worth a lot of money, is they had a base that had two PlayStation Move controllers in it. Now, PlayStation Move controllers are real expensive right now, like real expensive. And I was curious how much they were going to be asking for, because if it was a reasonable price, I'd definitely go with it. Needless to say, I picked it up. So I got PlayStation Move base. It's a little scutsy, and it's got a sticker on it, so I'm going to try to peel that sticker off. But I got a base. I also got not one, but two PlayStation Move navigation controllers. Came with the base, and as a bonus throw-in, they also had this like PlayStation Move nunchuck navigation controller. I asked him because he originally wanted a certain price for just the base and the two Move controllers, and he just threw that in. So I paid $10 for that bundle. With two Move controllers, a navigation controller, and a base, I can get a lot more than that for that bundle. I know that for a fact. I don't know exactly how much they're going for now. I know at one point the controllers were going for like 40, 50, maybe more each. So did very well on those. I have to check to see if GameStop takes them and how much they take them for. I might be better off just selling them on eBay, but I'm going to take a look at price charting for everything in a sec, see how much it's worth. But I think I did very, very, very well for only spending 30 bucks. So now to head to GameStop, where I'm going to trade in the stuff that I brought to trade in and see if I could get Mass Effect and maybe something else for free. All right, after all of my thrifting and pawn shop hunting for the week, it's time to go trade in some of the stuff that I got to GameStop and pick up Mass Effect and maybe something else for free. Let's see how I do. Y'all, I killed it. So the stuff that I got from the pawn shop today, as well as some of the stuff that I got throughout the last couple weeks, traded in for a grand total of $105. That's pretty stunning. On top of that, I had a $15 GameStop reward, and I already had $5 off of Mass Effect because I pre-ordered it. So, all that being said, I paid nothing for this out of pocket. It was completely free thanks to my trade-ins. The best part was I did the math. The trade-ins that I picked up, I think I paid a grand total of $30 for all of it, and was able to get not just this for free, but also this for free, because they had a pre-owned copy of Resident Evil 8 on the shelf, and GameStop is doing a promo where if you buy a new game, you get 30% off a used game. So I picked both of those up and had money left over, which I used to pay off half of my pre-order of Miitopia. Pretty astounding, quite excited for the deal. I nailed it. Now I've already had quite a few scores today, but this was on my way back, so you know what? Let's take a look and see if there's anything else to be found at La Familia. Let's go. All right, so that one was somewhat successful. I went in there. They had a few decent games, nothing like earth-shattering, but I decided to pick a few up. The bigger thing that I was able to do, and this was the more important part of it, is I earned a new contact because after I checked out, the cashier told me that, asked if I would like to be notified whenever they get more games in. So of course I said yes. That way I basically will have like early pick of what they get. So she's gonna text me whenever they get new games. So that's awesome. But I picked up 3. I think I paid a grand total of $17 for these. None of them are earth-shattering, but like they're not bad. I'm pretty sure they're worth more than what I paid. So we're gonna start off with my most expensive one, which was 11 bucks. That was Tropico 5 on the Xbox One. It is complete. I paid 11 bucks for it. I think that's more than what it would normally go for, but you know, it's a game I don't own. I figured it'd be kind of a nice little addition to the collection, so always down to try some strategy games. This one was kind of fun. I know it's not good, but you know, it's a complete, good condition Wii game, first party. Why not? Wii Music on the Wii. I paid like $2.50 for this, so I ain't complaining. And then last, certainly not least, and I think I did well on this one. I need to look it up to see how much it's actually worth. This blank case, what's inside it, I can't really open it right now, but it has WWE 2K16 on the 360, which I believe is one of the last, if not the last, WWE games to come out on the 360. So it's probably worth a decent amount of money, but we'll find out. So 3 games, 17 bucks after tax. So it's probably like 15 or so. Not terrible. I'll take it. So now I'm going to head home and we'll go over all of my pickups as well as my strategy for how I was able to acquire all those new games for free. All right, so before we get to the final recap, I wanted to share my full process for how I was able to acquire 2 brand new release games for basically free. First off, I already had Mass Effect pre-ordered through trade-in, so I didn't pay a dime for my pre-order, which was nice. That was the first step. The second step was going game hunting. Now, for me at least, I usually get my most success by game hunting at pawn shops. Now, a lot of people have success at thrift shops, a lot of people have success at flea markets or garage sales. Pawn shops are kind of my bread and butter. That's where I seem to do the best. So that's where I typically try to go game hunting. Now, when I'm game hunting, my goal, besides adding games to my personal collection, is to find games that I can purchase that are worth significantly more in Gamestop trade-in. Now, I already had a little bag of games that I already had set aside to trade in towards Mass Effect, and I'm pretty sure even with just those, I would have been able to get Mass Effect for free. The other stuff was a surprise because when I went to Value Pawn, I found a nice bundle of games, 3 of which were worth significantly more than the $5 I paid for them. And then, of course, the biggest score was that PlayStation Move bundle, considering the fact that I paid $10 total for that bundle, and the 2 PlayStation Move wands by themselves are worth $16 each. So I essentially paid $10 and got $22 of profit immediately, and that's not even including the fact that I can still sell the base and the movement controller on eBay and probably pay for more than the bundle itself. So definitely keep an eye out for games that you can flip to GameStop for cheap and make a profit there. The third trick is utilize GameStop deals. Now, one deal that they're doing, which is how I was able to get Resident Evil, is anytime you buy a new release game, you get 30% off a pre-owned game. Now, this is helpful because if there happens to be a pre-owned game that you're interested in, you buy a new game, I think it has to be a minimum of $30, and then you can pick up your pre-owned game and get it for a lot cheaper. That's why as soon as I walked into GameStop and saw that for some reason there was a pre-owned copy of Resident Evil, I snagged it because I figured I can get it for significantly cheaper because it's a fully priced game, but I can get it for 30% off on top of it being $5 cheaper. So that's why I grabbed that one. and I still had leftover credit, which makes it even better. The other deal that I took advantage of is trade-in values. Now, GameStop is also doing a deal where if you trade in games towards certain new release games, like Mass Effect, you can get an additional 20% credit on top of your Pro membership or whatever memberships you have. So I got extra credit for trading towards Mass Effect. Plus, I got a discount on the second game that I picked up because there was a pre-owned copy and I had a coupon for that. Also, utilize your GameStop rewards if you happen to be a Pro member, because you can definitely do really well with those. And if you can stack rewards that are different denominations. So if you have like a $5 reward and a $15 reward, you can stack those and have 20 bucks off a game. So that's kind of how I did it. It's not that complicated, but once you know what you're doing and what to look for, it becomes a lot easier. That's for sure. So now let's get into the pickups. Now, obviously, I don't have all of my pickups because I got rid of a good chunk of them to get my GameStop haul. So we're just going to go over the games that I kept, as well as talk about a couple other things. So the first pickup of the week was The Sims 4 Island Life Bundle. I found this again at Walmart for 10 bucks. It's a really great deal. It's worth $21. I already picked this up once and flipped it to GameStop for a profit. This one I think I'm honestly going to keep, just because having a physical copy of Sims 4 plus an expansion, that sounds kind of cool. I'm going to keep this one. Like I said, it has a $21 value, so I basically got it for half of what it's normally goes for. So solid bargain from Walmart. Next, we're going to talk about the one game that I kept from Value Pawn, and that was Cities Skylines, the Park Life Edition. Now, this is a really strange case. Not the case itself, but I was gonna say, like, for some reason, Cities Skylines, the base version, is more expensive than the Park Life Edition. I don't know why that's the case, but apparently this version, which has extra content, is worth less than the original. What's interesting, though, is when you check on the disc, it actually is just the PlayStation 4 edition. It doesn't say Park Life Bundle on it. But yeah, for some reason, this version is worth less than the regular one. I have no idea why. I paid $5 for this, along with all the games I traded in to GameStop. It is worth $18. So pretty happy with that. It's a game I didn't own. I figured nice little addition to the collection. Next, I'm going to go a little out of order and talk about my other pawn shop pickups, just because these aren't as exciting as the games I picked up at GameStop. So I went to La Familia and got 3 games. First one is Tropico 5 on the Xbox One. It is complete, has the manual, everything's here. From what I remember, it's worth like 10 bucks. I paid 11 for it, so I lost $1, but it's a game I didn't own physically, and it looks fun. It's like a city builder where you get to build your own tropical island like nation, so kind of cool. And again, the big thing with the pickups I had at La Familia is not necessarily what I picked up, but more so the contact, because that's one thing that I actually was able to do. Is while I was in there, I was talking with one of the clerks, and she told me that, like, she has like a notebook. Whenever they get certain types of product in, she'll contact certain people. So I have basically become their video game guy. So whenever they get new video games in, she's gonna text me pictures of what they got. So that's great to have a contact who's willing to tell me that. That way too, I kind of have like first dibs of what I want. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, the next game that I picked up, and this is a game that has been sitting in there for a long time. I debated getting it. I know it's not a good game, but it's complete. It's in really good shape. And, you know, I do enjoy me a bad game every now and again. And now I have a classic first-party Nintendo blunder. Wii Music on the Wii. This game was $2.25. It's worth about $5. So not worth a lot of money, but you know, might as well add it to the collection. And then the last one that I picked up from La Familia is this generic case. I always look at generic cases whenever I'm at pawn shops, because sometimes you find gold. One time I found Minecraft in one for an unmarked case. So sometimes you can find some gems. This one I think I did okay on. I got a copy of WWE 2K16 on the Xbox 360. I believe it was one of the last 2K games to come out on the 360. That one I paid like $3 for, I think, and it was worth about $8 or $9. So I should be able to flip it, although I will say I do have a number of WWE games still on my eBay store that have not been sold yet, so maybe the market's kind of slowing on those. But I put it on my eBay store. Hopefully someone will pick it up. Should be a somewhat easy flip if someone's willing to pick it up. Now we get to the big dogs. Now these were the big things that I got essentially for free. When all the stuff that I traded in from the pawn shops, as well as my trip from the pawn shops earlier, I got like $105 in credit. On top of that, I had $5 on Mass Effect already and a $15 reward. So 20 bucks right off the bat off of Mass Effect. So now it becomes a $40 game. After that, with all the trade-ins, I was able to pick up Mass Effect. The Legendary Edition just came out literally today as of the time of this recording. I already started the original Mass Effect, my second playthrough of it. It's a great game. I mean, all three of these games are excellent. There's a reason why people have been so excited for this collection to come out, so they can replay all three of the original Mass Effect games. It has all the DLC. It looks the best it's ever been. People are really excited about this. I'm really excited about it. And even best part, I paid nothing for it. It was free because of trade-ins and being smart at pawn shops. So pretty happy with that. But I got a bonus, and that, of course, was Resident Evil Village. This came out a week ago, so this is also brand new. That's what's kind of astounding about it. It is complete. It has everything in it. What I was told by the Gamestop manager is that this guy, the guy who traded this in, bought it on day one and just didn't like it and traded it in shortly after. So this game has barely been played. The code in there probably still works. I don't think he used it. And I got it for like 40 bucks because it was pre-owned plus the 30% discount, but I didn't even get it for 40 bucks. I got it for free because I had trade-in credit. So to get two brand new release games for basically nothing is pretty darn awesome. So I'm very happy with that result. I did want Resident Evil Village. I wasn't like super willing to pay full 60 bucks for it, but to get it for essentially free, absolutely. And then I still had $26 left over, so I used that credit and put it towards Miitopia, which is a game that's going to be coming out next week on the Nintendo Switch. So I basically paid off half of that game. So I got 2.5 brand new games essentially with just some stuff that I found at pawn shops and didn't pay much for any of it. So pretty awesome. You can do it too. You just have to get, I guess, a little lucky and know what to look out for. But that just goes to show you that sometimes you can really find ways to acquire brand new release games for next to nothing if you look hard enough. I also did one additional thing. Now, I didn't include this in my total value because I don't own it yet, but I did put $15 down on layaway for a Wii U console at one of the pawn shops. We tested the system, it works perfectly, and $150 for a Wii U is really not bad, especially considering Wii U's are kind of hard to come by nowadays. So I have it reserved. I still have to fully pay it off, but I have 15 down on it. I'll slowly but surely pay it off over the next few months, and then I will eventually own a Wii U, but I will not include that in my value until I fully pay it off. I also picked up one additional game that I got for dirt cheap as well, but I will talk about that when it comes in. It was a game I acquired from Gamefly, because again, they're doing a really awesome sale, and I got even more discounts on top of that. So stay tuned for that. I will share that game when it comes in. So anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are new here and enjoy this type of content and want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, that way you know when new videos drop. I'm currently doing a number of different game playthroughs, including Co-op Theater, which is my new series with Corey, where we play a variety of co-op games ranging from multiplayer, online multiplayer, system, multiplayer, you name it. We're going to play a bunch of different things. I'm also working on a Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War campaign playthrough. So if you want to see my experience on all those games, be sure to check out those series elsewhere on the channel. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.